don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, but them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it out. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jello. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it out. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Akara mi hembe na emme mbe si ma choro ofu ukwu ehi mo nkozo mu atoro ehi niile mo nkwu ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tigata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakata anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wusi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-emoghị omimi n'ime ya ngwa gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwepụghị kọwara m ọmụa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe arụgidere ụlọ anọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọta nwunye ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabata be anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị be anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta ọgwụ nke ndị nụkọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye gara ndụ kpakụ onye rie niile ọ ndụ bụ isi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka eche nhata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwekwe n'ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro okwu asị ọ bụ gịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ọnwụ ihe ndị a ka anyị sị na anyị agaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ.
Akụkọ akọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ nwụchụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu enwe ha na-eto esi mgbe kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo awakpafu n'obodo Naijiria
ọ bụ site na akpọmasị ihe na-eme anyị dịka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu akụkọ mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe ekegbu anyị nwu nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na na-ese etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu odo na nyere onwe onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ bụ mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bupụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ wụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one, and Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very evening program. I appreciate everyone that has been able to join us. Please like and share to other platforms. Share to family and friends. Try to invite someone to join us in this very quick evening section. You know our program, we always have two sections. Our main program is in the morning. We have our major program in the morning. After the morning program, we still come in the evening to spend 1 hour and then off we go. So I appreciate every one of you that have been joining, supporting the platform. Some of you are coming both morning and evening section. I appreciate every one of you and I thank you for your support. So as you join us, like and share the program to family and friends, share to your neighbors, share to people that are close to you so that they can join us in this very quick evening section of our program. For those who are joining us for the very first time and those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want to remind every one of you that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to preach hate. We do not come to attack people or individuals. All we do is to promote the cause of Biafra. What we are saying is live and let's live. All we are preferring is present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. If the West is serious in ending terrorism in Nigeria, if the West is serious in putting to an end the atrocities of the Janjaweed in Nigeria, they must recognize Biafra. It is time to recognize Biafra. Support the United States of Biafra so that we can be able to get to where we are going. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I welcome you and I appreciate you for being part of this program. Like the program, share to other platforms as we're gonna hit it on and go. Yes, we are still on the topic of the day, the aftermath of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. everything we are discussing is still on the aftermath of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same case we treated in the morning, and we will continue to speak about it. We'll continue to treat it until we get to the bottom of the whole issue. So wherever you are and you're joining us, we urge you to like and share the program. Invite somebody around you to join you as you join us on the program. A lot has happened in this very case, and we have heard and seen so many things. But I bet you we must not chicken out, we must not run away, and we must not get tired. We must not get tired. We must continue to speak. We must continue to speak. What transpired in the court and what we are seeing in Nigeria today is not just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is about the people of Biafra. It is about a nation of Biafra. It is about the Igbo nation. It is about the judiciary. It's about the future of failed state Nigeria. That was what you saw yesterday. And as we can see, it has been confirmed that the failed state Nigeria we have talking about, it is what it is. It is not a blackmail. It is not a propaganda. It is a fact. We saw it yesterday in their courtroom. What happened in that very courtroom? It is not just justice. It is a political weapon. It is a political weapon. They have turned the courtroom to a political weapon. The world is watching. The West is watching. Everybody is paying attention to the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. And what they are seeing is not good. The world is not seeing anything good in Nigeria. They are seeing negativity. It doesn't matter how they try to cover it. It doesn't matter the angle you see it. Everything in Nigeria is showing negative. The judgment has consequence. This judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against the innocents, against the right of the people, has consequence, and Nigeria cannot escape it. Nigeria cannot escape it. So my fellow Biafrans, we will continue to call out everyone that is involved in this atrocity, and we make sure they are being held accountable. We will make sure they are being held accountable, because the sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is illegal. It is illegal. The sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a final decision. I want you to know that for Biafrans who are worried, who are shouting and talking away, it is not the final decision. We are going to go to appeal. About 2 appeals that we have. Even if we lose it on the appeal court, we are still going to go to the high court. So there are many places to go. But I bet you all hope is not lost, and do not deter yourself. Even though we are not hoping on their account, but we're going to continue to do our expositions and create awareness to the international communities, and hope they pay attention to what is happening. Already, they have mentioned the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the course of their investigation of the genocide in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was mentioned yesterday, and it is a plus for us. It is the beginning of the new phase of illegality that exposes Nigerian judiciary as compromised and politically controlled. What we saw yesterday, yes, it shows that everything we have been talking about Nigeria is nothing but the truth. They are fact. Everything we have been saying are the truth. What we saw yesterday was an international disgrace. An international disgrace. Trump called them a disgraced country, and they fought him. They said, why must you say so? But yesterday, Nigeria showed the world that they are a disgraced country. Nigeria just showed the world that thing Trump said, oh, it is true. Disgraced country. Nigeria expected silence. Nigeria expected the world to look away. But the opposite is happening. They think that the world will look away. That was why they brought television station to their verdict. They thought they would use that one to gather sympathy for themselves. They used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to advertise their inability to tackle terrorism. They left the terrorists and they're using an innocent man to push their propaganda. And they failed yesterday. They failed. That was why they put camera. And they began to read notebook from A to Z just to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But at the end of the day, they have succeeded in advertising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the prisoner of conscience. And while they are busy making that advertisement, somebody was in the United States making a case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So what a shame. It is a disgrace of the highest order. And this very sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have equally triggered a global alarm. It has triggered a global alarm. If you don't know it now. The global alarm have been triggered. Human rights organizations are now updating their reports. Diplomatic missions have requested detailed briefings. International observers have described this judgment as deeply troubling. Major institutions are quietly discussing Nigeria's increasing resemblance. Everything is on the line. People are discussing it. Major institutions are quietly discussing Nigeria increasingly resemblance to CPC designation nations that suppress freedom, persecute minorities, and weaponize the law. That is what we saw yesterday. Weaponizing of the law. Weaponizing of the law was what we saw in the court yesterday, and the whole world is watching. The human rights organization, diplomatic missions, international observers, institutions, they were all watching yesterday and they saw it clearly that designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern is not a mistake. Trump was right. Yesterday, they proved Trump right, that it was right to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This judgment did not silence the world. Never. They thought it was a judgment to silence the world and make the world say, oh, now you're fighting terrorists. And now for that, they will remove your CPC. Shame, shame, and disgrace. That is why Donald Trump called him a disgraced country. A disgraced country. Their plan failed yesterday. They brought camera to show the world you're fighting a terrorist. Meanwhile, you are destroying a life. You are intimidating. You are abusing the right of a person. You are disobeying laws. And you shamelessly brought a camera. I said it yesterday that all things is going to work for our own good, and today the result is coming. The judgment did not silence the world. It exposed Nigeria the more. It embarrassed the government of Nigeria. It confirmed exactly what we have been shouting for years. Everything was confirmed yesterday by the judgment they passed on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. The Nigerian CPC image is now global. When you say Nigeria is a country of particular concern, it is no longer a guesswork. The whole world saw it yesterday. By sentencing an innocent man illegally, by disobeying all the international laws, disobeying the rule of law, disobeying the rule of process, everything was abused in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that very televising of the judgment life shows the world. It legitimizes the designation of Nigeria as country of other concern by Donald Trump. And other countries of the world will join suit. What they did yesterday, legalized it. Because while they were broadcasting and showing it, somebody was in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in the hearing of the CPC hearing, and the person mentioned the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in particular and called it a charade. Called it travesty of justice. That is what the language the man used. Travesty of justice. That is what they call it in the United States. So while they were advertising themselves as people who were fighting terrorism, as trying to use the Biafran people as a scapegoat, as they have always done, yesterday it backfired on them. It backfired. Let's be clear. when a government detain a political leader, violate court order, ignore international ruling, abduct a citizen from another country, and delivers a questionable sentence, that government matches the criteria of country of particular concern designation. Did you hear me well? You didn't hear it. I say when a country detain a political leader, violate court orders, ignores international rulings, abduct a citizen from another country, and delivers a questionable judgment, that government matches the criteria for country of particular concern designation. And yesterday, when they wanted to confirm the word that they are truly CPC country, what did they do? They on the camera and the whole world saw it. Country of particular concern. It was confirmed yesterday by Nigerian court itself. So there is no more doubt. All we are waiting is for the world to step up their action against the Zoological Republic. Calling Nigeria a country of particular concern is not an insult. Neither is it something done out of ordinary. It is a fact. This is a classification used by global bodies to identify nations that persecute minorities, violate religious rights, weaponize their judiciary, which is what we saw yesterday, silence political opposition, use force instead of dialogue. All these things are complete in Nigeria's system. Tell me which one would you talk about? Is it persecution of minority? The persecution of minority is the order of the day in Nigeria. They do it over and over again. Violation of religious rights, that one is the major one that they are ready to take your life. And Nigeria is number one on that. Weaponizing their judiciary. We saw the example yesterday, televised live, and the whole world was seeing it. Silencing of political opposition. That one is the order of the day. You saw the other one the other day crying and calling Donald Trump to come and fight for them. You saw them calling Donald Trump to come and fight for them. Use force instead of dialogue. These are things you see in Nigeria. Nigeria has now checked all the boxes. All the boxes is ticked in Nigeria. All these things I mentioned, they are all ticked good for Nigeria. Persecution of minority, violation of religious rights, weaponizing the judiciary, silencing political opposition, use of force instead of dialogue. All of them are ticked. They didn't escape anyone. Nigeria has now checked all the boxes. The sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a mistake. It is not a mistake. It is evidence. That sentencing yesterday was evidence for the United States, and to go as God might have it, they gave the evidence live on television for the whole world to see. That sentencing yesterday was an evidence. Evidence that will be used internationally. Evidence that Nigeria cannot delete. And you see that yesterday, while they were streaming it live, somebody is already using it as evidence in the United States on the hearing for CPC. Somebody was using that case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday while they were televising it as an evidence. They thought they were fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafran people, the Igbos, or they were fighting themselves yesterday. Very sad. What happened next? What happens next? These are the things we noticed. A lot is expected. The aftermath is unfolding on 4 fronts. The aftermath of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is unfolding on 4 fronts. Number 1 is legal aftermath. This judgment will be appealed. It will be challenged. And legal experts are already calling it unsustainable and embarrassing. This is what to expect. This judgment you saw yesterday will be appealed. It will be challenged. And legal experts are already calling it unsustainable and embarrassing. It was very clear. The hatred in the judge when he was pronouncing it, a judge turning to be the prosecutor, a judge going all the way by himself to go and sort for evidence that doesn't exist. It is really, really embarrassing. The next thing we expect is political aftermath. This sentencing has shaken the credibility of the government politicians. This very sentencing has shaken the credibility of the government of Nigeria. Politicians who thought they could stay silent are now being forced to take position. All of them who are pretending they don't want to talk, I don't want to, they are now forced to take position, including celebrities. You see, some of them are now adding their voice. Everybody wants to exonerate himself because they know what is coming. They know what is coming, both from the masses and from the international community. So everybody is taking position now. Everybody is taking position. Those who that kept silent, go online, you see them, they are not talking. International partners are watching and they are taking notes. So whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you support, the international communities, they are watching and they are taking notes. We still have international aftermath. What we have to expect from the international bodies. Foreign government will respond, not immediately, but strategically. Foreign government will respond, not immediately, but strategically. All you need to do is to pay attention. Pay attention. Foreign government will begin to respond to this atrocity you saw yesterday, to this very travesty of justice you saw yesterday. Foreign governments will begin to respond. Maybe not immediately, but strategically. You begin to see the result. You begin to see tighter diplomatic questioning. Tighter diplomatic questioning. You will begin to see downgraded trust. They don't even have trust on Nigeria before. So the little one that they have is now thrown through the window. The little trust, benefit of doubt that people give them, they have destroyed this yesterday. Increase monitoring. The world will increase their monitoring of activities in Nigeria. From what they saw in court yesterday, they will put their satellite and put their eyes on the ground to check and cross-check what is happening in Nigeria. Increase monitoring. Human rights inquiries. You know, for a very long time, so many human rights abuse is going on in their court, outside the court, in the street, but nobody's paying attention. Now, expect more attention to be paid. Another major thing to expect is possible sanction in the long term. Sanction is going to come. Both the judge, both the government officials, everyone that is involved, both the forces. Sanction is coming, and it's coming speedily. From the public, what to expect? The people know the truth. Nigerian public know the truth. They have known it even before now. You cannot sentence a movement. Never. You cannot sentence a movement. You cannot imprison an ideology. You cannot silence a call for freedom. You cannot. This judgment has strengthened the Biafran cause, not weakened. They think, oh, the judgment will weaken us. The judgment have strengthened us more, not weakened. This judgment have given us the courage to do more, fight more, never give up. It doesn't make us weak in any way, in any form, in any shape. this very sentence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday backfired against Nigeria. Take you to the bank. The sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday backfired against Nigeria in all sides. When a government tries too hard to silence one voice, it exposes its fear. They are afraid because they know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. They know Biafra call is legitimate. They know the international community is now watching closely. They know very well. Instead of weakening the movement, this sentencing has united more people. It has drawn more people to the cause of Biafra. It will draw more people to be sympathetic to the cause of Biafra. It has drawn more support from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. United more people. This sentencing yesterday exposed the regime of the drug baron. The regime of the drug baron, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this sentencing have exposed it more. It confirmed global concern. This sentence yesterday confirmed the global concern they have about Nigeria of being a country of particular concern. This very sentence yesterday confirmed global concerns. The concern of the United States that they've been talking about yesterday was confirmed. It also rekindled international attention. They can't afford to ignore anymore. More attention will be paid on Nigeria. It proved that Nigeria is afraid of accountability. The contraption called Nigeria is so much afraid about accountability. Nigeria has created a problem that they cannot suppress, cannot hide, and cannot escape. Did you hear me? Nigeria have created a problem that they cannot suppress, they cannot hide, and they cannot escape. They are trapped. History will remember this moment. History will remember this very moment. Every nation has a defining moment. This is Nigerian moment, and they have failed the test. The judiciary has failed the test. The government has failed the test. But the people have risen. The truth has risen. The movement has risen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. The world is watching. The aftermath is only beginning. What you are seeing now is just the beginning. A lot is going to happen in many days to come. If you believe in justice, if you stand for truth, if you want the world to know what happened today, I beg you. If you want the world to know what is going on, join us and share this program. Share to family and friends, share on your WhatsApp group, share on your platforms, share it. Comment your thought on the comment section. Whatever be your own thought, put it on the comment section so that the world will read. Don't keep it yourself. We all have to contribute. Use the hashtag. Make your voice impossible to silence. At this time, every one of us, we need to make our voice impossible to silence. This is not the end. This is the beginning of global awakening on what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria. My fellow Biafrans, we must not give up. We must not relax. We must not be afraid. Wherever you are as a Biafran, this is the time for us to show what we are made of. This is the time for us to fight our battle and win it. This is not the time to exercise fear. It is not the time to begin to cry or to show weakness. This is time we need to show strength. Show the world that we know what we are doing. Show the world that we are ready and prepared for our freedom. Show the world that we are unstoppable. If you have not been part of this very struggle, this is the time for you to join the struggle. Do your own part. Do your own part. It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. You don't know who is going to be tomorrow. Yes. You don't know who is going to be tomorrow. It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. You don't know who is going to be tomorrow. Don't say you are not warned. Don't say you are not told. Don't say you didn't know. There is no excuse. It can be anybody tomorrow. It can be anybody tomorrow. So the earlier you take responsibility now, the better for all of us. The earlier we stand up and do what we have to, because nobody is going to fight this battle for us. Nobody anywhere. We need to free ourselves. It is you and I that will free ourselves. Nobody is going to do it for us. If we do not fight and free ourselves, nobody will do that for us. So I urge every one of us, wherever you are and you're watching me, I urge you to stay strong and do your own part. Every one of us have a responsibility. We must continue to pursue and follow that responsibility to the last. Don't ever try to walk away and run away from it. So, my fellow Biafrans, we are going to go into some of the revisions from their own conventional media. You know, every time when we come, we go to their media to bring their own reaction. So we are going to go into the Nigerian media, get the reaction they have in their media. Let us see what they are discussing on this verdict on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are so many reactions, some positive, some negative. So many of them who have pretended all this while they don't want to talk. Many of them are now talking. Many of them are now talking because we have gotten to a time where you wouldn't say you didn't hear. There is no more excuse. So let us hear what they are discussing in their own media.
The Nigerian Federal Court has convicted Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on terrorism-related charges and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Justice James Omonocho ruled that prosecutors proved Kanu used IPOB to incite violent attacks on security officials and civilians in the southeast. Kanu, who also holds British citizenship, was ejected from the courtroom during proceedings after accusing the judge of relying on unwritten laws and calling the judgment complete fraud. Kanu was first arrested in 2015 on multiple charges, including treasonable felony. After being granted bail in 2027, he disappeared until his controversial 2021 extradition from Kenya, which supporters described as an extraordinary rendition. But prosecutors sought the death penalty, arguing that Kanu's broadcast on Radio Biafra encouraged unrest and strengthened secessionist sentiment in the region. IPOB outlawed as...
You see, when you see this idiot reading scene, when he talked about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disappearance, he never mentioned what caused the disappearance. He only said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disappeared and later be arrested, which is a lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not disappear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home was attacked. 28 men were gunned down in his home. Jack was killed. His parents died with trauma. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu narrowly escaped. And even while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in exile, he told them that he's ready to come and continue his case if they can guarantee his safety, because they want to take his life. Then they went to Kenya and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and brought him back. That is the foundation, not what this man is reading. If you see him, he's reading a script. He's reading a script that was sent to him. But those of us who are on social media, Biafrans, we know the truth, we know the fact. We don't read scripts. We tell you exactly how it happened, what happened. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not disappear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was attacked by the federal government in his home to take his life. 28 men died in the process to save Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life, and he narrowly escaped. But when you see them come to narrate their own readings, you see how he was rushing and reading and reading. I want you to pay attention again and see how he described that very narrow escape of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his life and the extraordinary edition. This is a script they gave him to read. And shamefully, this man is still an Igbo man. An Igbo man, but helpless. Hands are tied. They write a script and tell him to read. And all he has to do is to rush it and read it. It's a shame.
The Nigerian Federal Court has convicted Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, on terrorism-related charges and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Justice James Omonosho ruled that prosecutors proved Kanu used IPOB to incite violent attacks on security officials and civilians in the southeast. Kanu, who also holds British citizenship, was ejected from the courtroom during proceedings after accusing the judge of relying on unwritten laws and calling the judgment complete rubbish. Kanu was first arrested in 2015 on multiple charges, including treasonable felony. After being granted bail in 2027, he disappeared until his court.
That is a lie. Kanu did not disappear. That is a lie. He did not disappear. It is very important to point that out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not disappear. He was attacked in his home by the military. They came to kill him. And in the process, 28 men were killed. And he narrowly escaped for his life.
Congressional 2021 extradition from Kenya, which supporters described as an extraordinary rendition, while prosecutors sought the death penalty, arguing that Kanu's broadcast on Radio Biafra encouraged unrest and strengthened secessionist sentiment in the region. IPOB, outlawed as a terrorist organization in 2027 by a court, but we also understand that another court says, look, IPOB is not a terrorist organization, but the organization has been linked to violent sit-at-home enforcement and multiple attacks across southeast Nigeria. A lot of people also argue that, look, IPOB, because IPOB has said, look, we are not responsible for the violent attacks and blame unknown gunmen for such attacks. But a splinter movement, the Biafran government in exile, led by Simon Ekpa, who is recently in jail in Finland on terrorism charges, has also been implicated. According to SBM intelligence, separatist militants has contributed to at least 700 deaths since 2021, while Nigerian security forces have themselves been accused of human rights violations during operations. The renewed agitation stems from long-standing feelings of political and economic marginalization in the former Eastern region, which unsuccessfully attempted to succeed as Biafra between 1967 and 1970. Ahead of his conviction, Kanu wrote directly to Donald Trump, alleging a Judeo-Christian genocide in the Southeast. I don't know where this information is coming from, but following reports tying IPOB's lobbying efforts to recent U.S. designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. The verdict marks another turning point in the pro-Biafran movement's fraught relationship with the Nigerian state. Barrister Darlington Agbomo, you listen to my intro. You followed the judgment. It was broadcast live on TV. A lot of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians watched it expectantly. And Nnamdi Kanu has been found guilty of terrorism charges, by the federal government of Nigeria, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment. What is your reaction to that judgment? I want you to speak first as a lawyer before we delve into the politics of the court.
Yeah, Mr. Okoro, the judgment, I listened to it in one of the radio stations. All through, from the beginning to the end, even though I am not in Abuja, but I listened and I wasn't happy. It looks like the judgment of the presidential election tribunal. That is what it looks to me like.
Okay.
Because when you see travesty of justice, even you as a professional, you ask yourself, is this what this law all about? The law is supposed to be the last hope of the common man. But in Nigeria, it is the other way around. Seriously. Our judges, the way they are doing, they are going to disgrace this profession. People may no longer have any hope in the judiciary. You heard what the president said 2 days ago on the judges' conference. You saw how he castigated the judges and the corruption in the judiciary. You heard it from the horse's mouth. I was thinking that would have helped the judges to be circumspect whenever they are trying to hand down judgment on critical issues. But the answer is no. What they accuse Nnamdi Kanu for? Look, it's unfortunate even that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer we are not defending him towards the end of his case, of a trial. It's unfortunate because most of this thing they said is what the lawyers would have trashed out.
At that point?
Yes, they would have trashed it out because it is his defense. The thing they accuse him of, if he had allowed his lawyers to come in, they would have trashed some of them the same way they did it at the appeal court. But for reasons, based on him, he decided to. I know the illegal gamble he wanted to,
okay,
by asking the prosecutor to now let the onus be on him. This electoral act. They said the electoral act now, if they amend it, the onus will be on INEC to validate any election. Are you hearing me now?
Yes,
good. So the onus will now be on INEC to decide an election, not you. It is the same thing that the Kanu was trying to gamble. But already, this prosecution gathered evidence. Most of the things they accuse Nnamdi Kanu is what he said.
Yes, very sad.
What he said. And you and I know that people have said worse things in Nigeria, Mr. Okoro. I mean, look at it yourself. Everything. He said this one. He said this one should do this. He said what he said is what they are using against him. Is that justice? But these other people that are cutting people's head in broad daylight. Look, I don't want to be emotional this evening, but let God judge at the end of the day. Because I remember Chief Awolowo faced the same thing under his brother Shoemimo. And Shoemimo had to tell him that my hands are tied. Yes, when Awolowo wanted to he said my hands are tied. That means the military government has decided that Awolowo should be sentenced.
Okay, so the court was simply working to an answer.
I mean, is it not obvious?
Okay.
Look, I wish we had time. I will point out all the loopholes. Because 90% of what they are doing is what he said. Not what he did. He told this person he told this person to do this. He told this person to do this. But Mr. Okoro, please tell me, haven't some people done worse things in this country today as I talk to you? I mean, people who have sacked an entire village, slaughtered all of them, take over their village, they rename it, and they are taking over their votes.
Barrister, we'll come to that. But I'm happy that you are bringing forward,
Legally,
okay,
it is wrong in law for what they did. Yes. Anybody may come and tell you, Nnamdi Kanu said this, Nnamdi Kanu said this. These other people that they don't only say it, they are doing it with their hands. Because for you to do all these things, you must establish a prima facie case. But how are the mens rea and the actus rea, which is mostly absent, because you need to establish both the physical and the mental elements in a criminal matter. All we are hearing that Nnamdi said this, he broadcast this, he said this, he broadcast this. But they did not tell us where Nnamdi Kanu was carrying gun and killing people. My people perish for lack of knowledge. The man that was reading the judgment, I congratulate you, he has done well, but Mr. Okoro, some of us, we are going to get that judgment and keep it for reference.
And at the end of the day, you say the CPC copy will be made available, right? And even at the cost.
Of course.
You have many points of disagreement. I listened to the judgment too, part of it, and I heard the judge, the person that read it, say, look, when he wanted to define terrorism, you know what? He said, according to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, should a judge rely on what the dictionary says to define?
I'm not what the law says. That is part of it, though. Yeah, I mean, they have different.
Because I was pretty surprised.
No, they have different definitions of these things, so. But they did not relate it to what is going on in Nigeria today. Was it Nnamdi Kanu's activity that made Donald Trump to call Nigeria a country of particular concern? Was it Nnamdi Kanu's activity? The answer is no. Apart from Nigeria, mention any other country in the whole world that call IPOB a terrorist group. The answer is no. So, if your organization is not a terrorist group, how can you be a terrorist? Mr. Okoro, if your organization you are running is not known by any standard to be a terrorist group, how can you now, you that is running the organization, be a terrorist? You can imagine.
Part of the things that the person that read the judgment, I guess it should be the judge because it was shielded from public.
Of course, now, it might be a DSS man. I don't think that man is a
motor shop.
I don't think so. The voice and everything. But whoever it is,
they say that one of the information, what the evidence is that, look, DSS said that Nnamdi Kanu imported radio broadcast equipment and that he didn't have documents.
Yeah, he didn't declare it. And which is 5 years or so under the Custom Act. Is that so serious? All the smugglers that are bringing things in court.
Barrister, the judge also said that look, that he didn't have a license from the MBC to do the broadcast. And some people are already asking, what of Radio Kudirat?
No. I said whenever you have been declared a bad boy by the government, they will do everything to drag you, to bring you in. I'm not joking. They will do everything. Even when the law is very clear, they will twist it. What I told you here, what are the things they accuse? You said, you broadcast, you said. They never mentioned to me when Nnamdi Kanu went and sacked an entire village and killed all the people there. And they saw pictures of Nnamdi Kanu shooting this gun and all. So anybody can use Nnamdi Kanu's name to perpetrate evil, and they say it's Nnamdi Kanu. And the one that is most funny, the one that somebody was saying, we have done Agege police station. And Nnamdi Kanu, don't tell me that you have done this. Go and do it, And they concentrated on all these things. What Nnamdi Kanu broke out, what he said. This was the concentration. Giving you dates when he said it, when he not said it, and all that. So that the years make it look like the guy have committed all the crime on earth. Because he said that they should run Tinubu's hotel, Oriental Hotel. Are you serious? These are things that people have done and they are working freely in Nigeria. That's what they used to nail Nnamdi Kanu. He said something. He said it to, but somebody threatened Tinubu's wife and said they should kill her. He, the wife of the president. And up to today, no police, no DSS, no army called him for questioning. Sheikh Gumi is running another terrorist organization of which he goes to commune with them. Somebody brought terrorists into this country, Mr. Koro. It's on record. How many terrorists did Nnamdi Kanu bring into this country? Let us start from there.
Barrister, we'll get to all of that. We'll get to all of that. We are still dwelling with the evidence before the court and all of that. They also talked about rendition. At a point, they said, well, yes, he was brought back. They tried to justify rendition within international law. And they now find instances where the United States of America has also rendition people. So when it is convenient for them, they want to take examples from the United States of America.
But
But when you try to take them, hold them accountable, they say no. America is an advanced society. Barrister, what do you call that?
Yes, even at that, it is very wrong in our judiciary for you to make reference with foreign judicial case. The Supreme Court have banned it. The lawyers in Nigeria should, we have enough cases here. You should not make reference to foreign judgment. It's on record. Although when they are kind of Phoebe's whatever and whatever, I was saying, look at this people. They were quoting UK, quoting US. You know what? That is propaganda. Trying to make these foreign powers to know that yes, Nnamdi Kanu is even against them. That is what is going on here. The Supreme Court has told don't bring any foreign judgment here. We have enough cases for you to make reference to. But in this case now, it is convenient for them to quote. The other good part of America and UK, they will not quote it. They will never. They will never quote it. That is just the issue here. It's unfortunate where we have found ourselves as Igbos. Because anybody that wants to catch cruise now, he will use Igbo man.
Is it about Nnamdi Kanu or is it an Igbo?
It's an Igbo thing, no. I don't know what to do. The same thing the Jews who suffer, they say no, enough is enough. Is that not true? It's the same thing. Go and check. I have asked you here, what is that thing that the man have done in Nigeria? What crime did they commit? Mr. Okoro, look at how peaceful these people are, going about their business, contributing and adding value to the economy of Nigeria. Yet, it is not good enough. But look at terrorists. Very, very annoying. Terrorists that are adding nothing.
But we'll still come. We'll still come to
pamper them
to compare notes. Between what Nnamdi Kanu is passing through and what others similar to him have passed through. I still want us to remain within the purview of the law of the. Now, part of the thing that the judge said is also that it is illegal for an individual or a group of people, to embark on self-determination, because according to him, the Nigerian Constitution makes it very clear that except you pass through the National Assembly, that if you don't pass through the National Assembly, it's illegal, because the Constitution says that Nigeria is one indissoluble entity. When we talk about the United Nations Charter, African Union Charter, on those things, on self-determination, Nigeria is a signatory to all of them.
Yes, they made reference to it, but they said in Nigeria the Constitution did not allow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except to go through the National
Assembly.
So doesn't that constitute a breach to someone's fundamental human right?
Hold on, I'm coming. Okay. It's deliberate. This particular thing you are telling me now, it is not constitutional for you as an individual to seek for self-determination. But Sheikh Gumi told you and I that bandits and terrorists from all over the Sahel and all that, they have the right here that we should even pay them and compensate them for something we did not do to them. Is that not what Gumi said? That we should compensate them. And these are foreign terrorists in Nigerian soil. And Nigeria said that the federal government of Nigeria should compensate them. But he did not tell us how we offended them or what we did. Meanwhile, they are not even Nigerians. So, look at the contradictions. Trying to justify evil because you want to be politically correct. Just imagine. If that man has not been speaking and talking, we say maybe. But he came out openly and said it. Foreign terrorists, so foreign. They invited them here, and look at where we have found ourselves, in the hands of these terrorists. Yet the federal government of Nigeria didn't say anything wrong with that. They did not even come to. They have taken over the land. Do you know what that means? This is very clear to the whole world. How these people have come to take over part of Nigeria and constitute a nuisance there. Yet, the federal government of Nigeria have not been deemed fit to to ask them to get out of Nigeria. But Nnamdi Kanu, who is, thank God they recognize that he was agitating for self-determination. Thank God they recognize that fact. But now using terrorism, whatever, to add it. So, all these people that have been killing people in the southeast, including Sari Dokubo, who told us how we were contracted to kill Igbos. Nobody said anything about it though. Why are you killing Igbo? What did they do wrong? What did they do wrong to you? That you have to contract somebody to be killing them. And yet, when they say no, I will not agree to this killing, they become bad people. I mean, we should have gone to sleep or had other bed like Benue and Plateau, and they will take over our land. I mean, that is when you become a good body. So, have you seen it? No. If they didn't say no, we will not allow this. It will have become like Benue and Plateau, where an entire village we are sacked and taken over and renamed. Is that not the crime Nnamdi Kanu committed? Because he said, because I listened to all the things they said. The man was very, very emphatic on not giving up Igbo lands. Is that not what he said? That they will not give their land to Janjaweed from Chad and Sudan. Look, Mr. Okoro, or any other person listening, it is not possible for this infamy to continue without any problem coming along with it.
No, Barrister, nobody wants problem.
Listen, I want a problem. It can come in different forms.
Okay.
Look, when you have decided to take over my land while I'm alive, is that not a problem? Or are you not seeing it? No, tell me, is that not a problem? You people like to hide. I don't know why nobody wants to talk.
Barrister, you are talking.
No, we are not talking enough. If we are talking enough, this thing will not be happening. Even what made Nnamdi Kanu to start agitating? Is it not because of what happened? How can you collect people from outside Nigeria and say they should come in here and take over Nigerian land, Mr. Okoro? Our brothers from the southwest, our brothers from the south, you people are keeping quiet. Abi, it is turn by turn, though. It is turn by turn. I'm not joking.
All right. Now, Barrister, do you think that Nnamdi Kanu helped to destroy his own king by opting to defend himself? I want us to end with that discussion.
The man knew already. When he started, when he said that they told him what is up. I mean, that's it. They told him what is up. So he decided to gamble. And you can see the gamble himself. You know, I told you here that I know that the one
he's been very belligerent recently.
Because yes,
look at what transpired in court.
Of course,
you know, DSS was pushing him around and said, "No, you don't touch me." If you are in his shoes, Uncle. If you are in his shoes, Uncle. Is that not what I was saying here? There's a way you push an old woman, and a very dangerous cough will come out of her mouth. She knows that she cannot fight you as an old woman, but she can issue curses. Yes, that's what's going on here. When you push an old woman roughly, evil words will come out of her mouth. And God help you with that evil word. That's what is going on here. How can you be treating him like this because of where he come from? Is that not the only reason? Mr. Okoro, please tell me, have people not done more than Nnamdi Kanu in this country today? Have people not done more than Nnamdi Kanu today? And yet, nobody is even talking about it. They are trying to make it look as if Nnamdi Kanu is the devil himself. Meanwhile, the real devils are there, operating. How many people did you see Nnamdi Kanu kidnap? How many villages did the IPOB go and they took over and said people should not go to war farm there? You know? He was busy defending his words, defending his people who had been attacked by others.
Exactly.
Now, very sad. The Chief Prosecution Council, Awolowo, said that the blood of innocent people killed on the orders of Nnamdi Kanu will find peace with his conviction.
Yes, so yes.
How about the lives of innocent people who have been and still killed cold blood by known terrorists like Boko Haram, like Urawa, Mahmuda, and all of that? Don't they deserve peace?
That is the shame of this judgment, the shame of it all. The blood of who and who. This other God came out and said, look, nobody should sit at home again. Mr. Okoro, did they hear it or not? They didn't. They will not make reference to it. Now, they capitalized on that and started doing what they are doing in Southeast, thinking that God is not watching them. All the army of occupation they do to the Southeast, why couldn't they stop the insecurity there? Mr. Okoro, if actually, why couldn't they do something? Rather, they went to work, amplify it, and they were using it to chop. They were using it to make money. You can see. I say when you want to hang a dog, you give it a bad name. That's what they did in the Southeast. Because Nnamdi Kanu. Look, do you think that the Igbo man is very stupid? No, he's not. If they were not convinced of what Nnamdi Kanu did, they would not even listen to him. They would not follow him. They would not care. But because they saw what is going on, the propaganda, the deceit by the federal government, that's why they believe that this young man has a very good case that he's pursuing. If Nnamdi Kanu did not do what he did, Southeast would have been more than Benue and Plateau because that was their target. If you check, they've already taken over the north. They have taken over the middle belt. Of course, the Southwest, there are people already here. It's a question of order and everything will be over. So the Southeast was their target. And then Nnamdi Kanu saw this thing. By the way, why is it that the federal government has not asked themselves, why is this insecurity coming from a particular ethnic group that came into Nigeria? Please, is that not what you and I am talking of from my brothers from the Southwest and the South? Are you not supposed to have a bit and say, come, why is it that these people are giving us headache, taking over our land, raping our women in our farmland? Is that not a serious issue? You people that are keeping quiet, it will get your turn. I remember when this thing was going on, what was that thing that happened that they said Igbo did not take part, Abi? End hunger strike. Good. It will get your turn. It will get your turn. I'm very, very convinced. It will get your turn. Let me see what you said that time. It will get your turn. Where is all the world today? Because of the same people. This showman was defending his own people. That the foreign terrorists that the federal government allowed was killing the people at Igbo. And this showman said, no, they chased him into exile now. And oh my God. I don't even know what has gotten wrong to us. I'm not joking. I don't know why indigenous people of Nigeria are keeping quiet. Why the foreign terrorists are taking over our life. Just yesterday, Ghanaians were telling us that they have surrounded the Southwest. I said, really? And you are around Kakanfo. You are telling us that terrorists have surrounded your people, Abi? In part of Ogun State today, you cannot go to farm. You dare not. Somebody's land, somebody's farm. Foreign terrorists came here and took it over. And the federal government just pretend as if it doesn't matter. But they can kill Nnamdi Kanu or, vilify him. And everybody say, hey, it's okay, yes. Hey, he was belligerent in court. He was very aggressive. He was this and that. Hey, didn't Nnamdi Kanu kill them in court? These other ones that will tell you they are coming and they will come. What have you done? Mr. Okoro, what have you done to them? Is it not when you take care of small issues that may result into bigger issues? You cut it off. Is that not true? But when you allow this thing, you remember how this thing started with Boko Haram? You never knew it was an agenda. All of a sudden, 7 of them appeared. And more are still coming as we go into 2026. More are still coming. Who is them to come? Federal government of Nigeria.
Barrister, how do you say it's federal government of Nigeria?
No, it is me.
Come.
Somebody
we have porous borders. You understand that we have one child.
Please keep quiet.
Unmanned
let me hear. They gave you 400 names of those sponsoring terrorists. What have you done with it? If you are not in complicit, if you are not in cahoot with them, why are you trying to shield them? But you can bring in Nnamdi Kanu to court, expose him. By the way, have you heard or seen anywhere where they are trying all these terrorist commanders?
Yeah, one of them was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment.
You only had it. When was it tried? Did you see when it was being tried? Did you see when that man was being tried? Did you see it? We only had that it was sent to
accusation too. They read it. They want to go to court to know that.
Hey, no, but Nnamdi Kanu
because Nnamdi is a political. He's a political.
No. They said he's a terrorist. What are you telling me? They said he's a terrorist. They said he's a terrorist. That's what they call Nnamdi Kanu.
So why are they giving him this prominence?
Well, I don't know. I don't know for you. What I know is that they tried him for terrorism.
Okay.
These other people, they tried him for 2 fighting. That's it. Yes. You can see the contradiction and the infamy. It is a shame on federal government. Shading people. The one that came, these people came from outside Nigeria, Mr. Okoro. They are not even from Nigeria. And you are pampering them.
Barrister, we have porous borders. That is part of the problem.
Look, how did the Toad Bello come into Nigeria?
That's in porous border.
And now you are entered here.
As at last month, 1,907. It's unmanned border. By customs, by immigration, by police, by the army. So why wouldn't they come into Nigeria?
Yes.
Why would they pour into Nigeria?
Listen. It is not enough for you to have porous borders. But when they have entered,
not just porous, unmanned. The word is unmanned borders.
Listen, when they have entered into your territory, territorial jurisdiction called Nigeria, and they are operating here, and you are now dining and whining with them on a daily basis. Mr. Okoro, what does that tell you? Please, what does that tell you? Is that not what gave them the impetus to be coming? If the first set of them that entered here were wiped out, wouldn't they know that the here is too hot, they won't come. But when they enter, you start pampering them, giving them all the logistics, giving them all the privileges you can't even give to a military. You give it to them. Why wouldn't they work stronger? You can see what is agitating in Nnamdi Kanu's mind. Because when you see all these things, what does that tell you? Everything that man said in his broadcast is against taking his land. It's against what is going on in Nigeria. Did he say he wants to take over the whole country? No, he said Igbo land, Biafra land, that was what we're calling upon. Yes, he wants to protect his environment. What is wrong there? Since the federal government cannot do anything.
Okay, now, Barrister, I'm happy that you have brought us to this point once again. Now, what will be the consequences of this sentence on the state of security in the South? What do you expect? What do you see coming?
Look, I will advise my people, let them keep calm, hype up, or ESN, just remain calm. God will fight your battle. He said the battle is his own, and vengeance belongs to him. Don't bother yourself about these things. Look, Mandela suffered the worst thing. At the end of the day, what happened? Mr. Okoro, we even shaded them when they were fighting apartheid. Is that not true? They went through worse experience. Today, what happened? So, please, my people, don't be discouraged. Just keep calm. Go about your business. Pretend as if nothing happened. The shame will be on them. They'll be in life sentence. Nnamdi Kanu, don't worry. If your lawyers want, they can go up for appeal.
Yes, I was coming to that.
So let them. Like I said before, yes, appeal is supreme. So let them do what they want to do, but don't do what. Don't play into the hands of your enemy. Let them do what they want to do.
Barrister, I'm happy that you are giving this advice, but let's take away emotions and sentiments. What do you think will be the state of insecurity in the South? Do you think that the young men will point to the streets?
No.
So how about
we are past that stage.
Okay, but how about Monday that do you think it will come to an end?
Why not? Why not?
Already in some parts of the South, it is already gone by, you know.
Yes.
People don't sit at home on
If the security agencies of government does not take advantage of it, that's the truth. If they don't take advantage of it and claim that I don't know who I don't go call now. I don't know who they call now. Whether they will still call the ESN and IPOP.
Because Simon Ekpa is in jail.
In jail. So I know what I'm telling you now. So let's see how this security will continue in the service. Then you now ask yourself, who is now behind it?
Okay, now, Barrister, do you think that this thing is going to prop up, this center is going to prop up and another leader of the IPU?
It's very likely. Okay. Because I remember what Mandela said when you were released. They asked him the same question. He said, look, if the situation that warranted what they did with ANC comes up again, that he will do the same thing all over. He said it. Because nobody wants to be a slave in his own land. That is not what causes problem. When you are unleashed foreign terrorists into my land, to come and take by force, so, Mr. Okoro, have you seen where a Fulani man went to do his business and he bought, a land or, paid the necessary fees and all that to do his business? Is it not by force of arm? Please, just mention. My brother from the South, just tell me where every Fulani man is doing legitimate business and then he paid for it for the land. So, you come somewhere and take my land, Abi, and you are there oppressing me, telling me what in my own land, and you want me to be happy.
No, sir, I like for us to be fair and factual. We also understand that some of the lands occupied by these Fulani men, that they are giving to them in exchange for cash by leaders of some communities. Haven't you heard that? Yes.
No, hold on, please, hold on.
Parents, don't just
hold on.
We understand that some community leaders take money from them and say, okay, you can stay there.
But look, the reasonable thing for you to do in acquiring any land is to what? Documentation. No matter who wants to scam you or whatever, it's not enough. Is there any tribe in Nigeria that does business more than the Igbo man? No, tell me, is there any tribe that does business more than the Igbo man? But anywhere they go, they rent a shop or buy a land and build a house there. Is that not how they do things, Mr. Okoro? How can you go and tell me that one chief gave you as if you don't know what you are doing, Abi? By the way, the land they gave you, are you not supposed to demand for documentation? If they gave you that land legitimately, are you not going to show that yes, this is, why should you come all the way from the Sahel to come and take the dot in a circle that is Ebola? The land in the north is not enough for you, Abi. Look at all the vast land in the north. It's not enough for you. It is for you to come here and take the small piece of land that you and your jihadists left for us. That's why they took Kwara and the Kogi from the southwest. They now want to go to the southeast and take the land to Abi. Just look at how these people are gradually, and the federal government of Nigeria is not seeing anything that is going on here. We thought a Satana will correct all these anomalies. Do you know that what is causing problem in South Africa today? Ramaphosa said, look, I am going to redistribute the land so that the indigenous will have a share of their own land. And that is what Donald Trump is raising here. That the whites have been shortchanged. You can imagine. Look at all the vast land in the north. Something that you and I should be talking about if you want fairness. Niger State is the south of the entire southwest. Can you just imagine? Yet they will leave it and come here to dominate again. And you people are keeping quiet, Abi. You are keeping quiet, Abi. Okay. Are you to hear Yoruba Ronu, Igbo Suronu, South Ronu? A time will come when you can no longer Ronu. By that time it will be too late.
First, what's the meaning of Ronu?
Think.
Okay.
Think. Because it's better to pursue the black sheep in the great time. It will get to a point, it will be too late for all of us. I'm not joking.
Okay, now, Barrister, we are still in the southeast. my question specifically was this thing now. Okay, how is it going to affect the state of security in the service? We have advised them, okay, not to do anything.
Yes, no, that's not
put everything in the hands of God.
Of course.
You have become a philosopher.
Because the matter has not ended.
Okay, we'll talk about the appeal in a bit now. I want us to look at the political solution. Now, some people have said that, look, that the government knows what it is doing, that the government is just giving him this life sentence. Say, look, young man, you are not beyond us, we can deal with you. But that the government is not going to do that. That is a matter of time that they will say, okay, I'm probably, because our lawyer in Timako said we are going to appeal to our court of appeal and probably to the Supreme Court.
Of course, I said it here now. That's
now, Barrister, do you think that the political, because we heard Bianca Ojukwu said, look, it's a matter of time that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. When she was made minister, we didn't see that happen. It's over a year that happened. Barrister, is it now that the political solution will come? There are a lot of people, like you say, that the president should enter another prosecution, for Nnamdi Kanu. Do we expect the president to say, okay, now I give you presidential pardon? Is that going to happen ahead of? Because some people have also said, look, that the president is going to use that to score a political character, political goal ahead of 2027. Look, to win the service. Do you see that?
Whatever is happening here now, I can see that the government want to please the northern oligarchy because Nnamdi Kanu did not give them the opportunity to do what they wanted to do in the service. So, because I remember them calling on Gulag. Is Gulag is the only person, making these people, they think they're clever. They don't pinpoint, go and pick some points here and there to make it look like, in fact, that is the worst crime anybody can commit and all that. Gulag, that is the that form that killed him. But the other people that all the terrorists was not killed, Igbos, high level Igbos that they killed. Did anybody mention their name? Did they talk about them? You can see. When they kill you is okay, but when you retaliate, you become a bad boy. They'll ask you, why did you do that? I remember when one lady said he's going to poison the people from Lagos, Abi Yoruba and the Edo people. You remember that girl from Canada? Good. I became badly pursued out to Canada and said they should arrest her, this and that. The Canadian police now called the lady and said, come, look at what you are doing. I said, why should you say such a thing? The lady now said, he brought out evidence that they started this thing. Now look at what they said to her and her people. The Canadian government said, if that is the case, please, this is you have no case to answer. The Nigerian government should go and settle their tribal issue. Case closed. Do you see where people balance issues, Mr. Koro? You can imagine. I said, when they call you a thief, say, yes, I'm a thief. That's the only. But when you say, no, I'm not a thief, you have the man to say you are not a thief. When I call you a thief, why not accept you? Who are you to say, to challenge me? That is what they want you to be in Nigeria, Mr. Koro. The other one who claimed to be a man of God, you have what he told us. That the Igbos are under a cause. We can never rule Nigeria. These are the type of narrative they want you to absorb. You can imagine an Igbo man coming out to say what will happen. These are a primate, a man of God. Though, look at what he vomited from his mouth. When you now reply him, they will say, don't you know he's a man of God? Why did you reply him? Why should you talk to him? As if he spoke with God or God spoke with him. These are the things that is really, really annoying me. You see a people that are diligent in their work, peaceful people. Instead of you to appreciate it and even embrace them and copy their way of doing things and all that, you say no. Because they are peaceful, they have now become what? Your whipping dog. Anybody that wants to do anything now, as long as you don't talk and. But when you react, look, I have told you, Mr. Okoro, I have told the government, you see, you can't beat a child not to cry, not even to an Igbo man. We are very peaceful, quite all right. But if you say an old woman cannot run, that does not mean when they go to carry her small box, so Did you hear me? This thing that Igbo man is peaceful, Igbo man, yes, we agree. And you are taking advantage. The day you put them to the wall, don't blame anybody. Because this insult is getting out of hand. Where did they go to talk to Prime Minister Ayodele that the Igbos are under it? Who calls them? Mr. Okoro, who calls them? Meanwhile, I don't have time. I would have told him who actually is under a curse.
No, barrister.
I don't know. You're not agree. But let his conscience search him.
Okay.
For saying that. This is a part of what the Igbo man has suffered, though.
Barrister, we
for
are
no reason.
Barrister, as we custom, we talked about what this sentence would mean, for the state of security in the Southeast. Now, do you think that this sentence, Nnamdi Kanu's sentence to life imprisonment, will end the agitation for the sovereign state of Biafra?
Look, it will end it because right now, I wouldn't want anybody to do anything untoward. Just keep calm. Like look, let them keep calm. There's no need. Their conscience will judge them.
It will not end it, my brother. Stop talking that rubbish.
The matter is still ongoing.
It will not end it. It will not end the agitation.
The is still there.
The question is, will it end the agitation? It will not end the agitation.
When that is now, rested, we now say, okay, this matter is rested.
You and Peter
But for now,
it will not end it.
Let nobody anywhere, both outside and inside Nigeria, say you are an Igbo man, this and that. No, please. Relax yourself as if nothing happened. That is the way to embarrass your enemy. When he's making noise and threatening, just pretend as if you didn't see him at all. His conscience will not judge him.
So apparently, both the marginalization, which led to this, and the agitation itself will remain frozen.
Of course.
For how long, Barrister?
As long as the occasion demands.
The barrister, you are talking rubbish.
As long as the occasion demands, we are going to act. We have seen 99. What is 100?
You are talking rubbish.
Don't worry yourself.
When you talk about frozen the...
Israel, how many years in Egypt? 430.
This is where you are talking rubbish. When you say the agitation will stop, will be frozen. Who is going to frozen it? You must be insane. That's how you people that are politicians, your political brain will always be there. That your selfish interest of politicizing things will always be there. You will speak and talk good. You think that they're making sense. Before you know it, they will go directly to nonsense. After all this shout, you shout and shout and shout and shout and shout and shout and shout. It will end in politics. Already they have started doing that campaign. They have started doing that. Oh, don't make noise. Don't do anything. Don't fight. Let us build our political strategy. Elect people who can be able to fight for us. Let us now leave it and now elect people who can be able to fight. Nonsense. Arrant nonsense. Agitation will not stop. You're an idiot for saying that. Agitation will not stop. We should stop deceiving innocent people. Stop using us for your dirty games and dirty gambles. After shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting, at the end of the day, you're telling us to go to politics. You are sick.
30 years. At the end of the what happened? At the end of the day, what happened? Forget that thing I told you. With what I know of this thing they are doing, they are even making the Igbo man more stronger and more bolder. Do you don't know? They are making him more stronger by this thing they are doing to him all over the place. They said, if you are holding a brave man on the ground, you are holding yourself. Is that not true? Is it not when you release the brave man, you now stand up? Thank God, all of them have recognized the potentials in Igbo man in Nigeria. They know. So, continue to suppress him.
Isn't that recognition part of the problem?
Then they continue to suppress him now, and let's see how Nigeria will move forward. Don't worry yourself. Is it not a shame that up to today, at 65, Nigeria cannot manufacture ordinary nail? Quality product that can compete with any of them from America or UK. Up to today, we are still behaving like kindergarten. Meanwhile, the Igbo man have the potential to take Nigeria to the moon. But you keep him down, thinking that whenever they make any move, you say, as long as from Igbo man, no, don't agree. Don't agree.
So, Barrister, should I take that as
look at what you know what they did at the Project Development Agency in Enugu?
Yes, I know.
Think about, by now, that place would have been the hub of technology in all of Africa. But with the Nigerian government deliberately keep it down because of the Igbo initiative. Is that not true? Let them continue to suppress us. No, don't worry, we will not bother. If there's shame on them.
Okay, all right, Barrister.
Somebody said that we cannot.
I would like for you to use 30 seconds to give your concluding thoughts on this.
My concluding thought is that nobody should bother himself about this judgment.
Okay.
Even didn't they crucify Jesus Christ? Every Sunday you now go to church and beg the same man for forgiveness after you have crucified him. Look at that.
All right.
So when they're persecuting you, just relax. Your God is fighting for you. Don't worry yourself. When the time comes, the truth will be revealed.
Okay, when the time comes,
yeah,
will be revealed.
Exactly.
We'll have to end this conversation because we're out of time. I must say a very big thank you.
That is where you spoil the whole thing. When you say that we have to frozen the struggle, you are talking rubbish. When you tell us to fold our hands, don't do anything and allow God to come from heaven and fight, that is absolutely rubbish. Arrant nonsense. You are speaking about that, saying that out of your own greed, because of your own political interests, because you want to serve the interests of your political party. You are still engraved in that zoological republic. That's the difference between us and these people. They know the problem, but they are scared to talk about the solution. They know the problem, they cry about it, they shout about it, they explain it, but when it comes to solution, they don't want it. They don't make any effort. They are not putting any effort to get a solution. So after all this shout, you shout and shout, you are telling us to frozen the agitation. And then we'll go and relax and continue to pray and wait for God to come from heaven and establish a new Jerusalem for us. That's insane. That's insanity in action. Nonsense. Thank you so much for watching, everyone that have watched on this program. I appreciate all of you. Please like and share. If you are not yet shared, share the program. Tomorrow we're going to have our Saturday program tomorrow. So tomorrow being Saturday, every one of us try to join us on our program morning, 7:30 a.m. Biafran time. Join us on tomorrow program as we continue. May Chukwu be our guide and protect every one of us that participated in the program. May Chukwu come and guide and protect our leaders. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us to read answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.